Whoa. Okay, going live right now. Playing around with the camera. Okay. I don't know if it's good in the dark. I guess I don't. All right, I'll go in the light. Oh man, I am so tired. But I wanted to do a live stream right now. So anyway, yeah, I was watching Sticks by the name of the show is Sticks. 2025 was the year it was released, so that's this year, and it's on Apple. And it revolves around this story about like some prodigy, like a young guy who's like Tiger Woods, and he's discovered by this ex-professional golf player, and he like mentors him, and then he helps him on his way to becoming a pro. There's a love story in there. There's a story about the older guy's past, and even the life of the kid. And by the end of the season, I think there's 10 episodes. All of them are like half an hour. I think they're we kind of get this. It's almost like a movie. It feels like a movie. It's like they broke it up. And Owen Wilson, there was a moment where I was like, Owen Wilson used to do movies. I'm not trying to diss him or anything, but it was just one moment. And so the show's really good. It's like really, I forgot what category it's under, but it's a good show. It's on Apple Plus. I recommend getting it. The audio is good. The um the actors are fine. I think Owen Wilson is like a movie star. The guy, I forgot what his name is. Macron, the guy with the mustache who plays his caddy. You can see him on the what do you call it? He's one of the cast members. He's a comedian who has his own podcast. He did another. He was on Netflix one time. That was when I first was like kind of introduced to him in a way. I think I kind of went backwards. I was like, okay, he's famous on the internet. So anyway, he had like a scene with Emily Ratajkowski, who's like number 5 on my list of top 5 pretty girls. So that's interesting. And it wasn't a very good show. It was like an anthology or something about like Sex in the City, but not just women. It was just like just people living in cities, and not even the same city. It's like one in Chicago, then the next is like Philadelphia or something. I think it's something like that. I forgot the name of the show, but anyway, back to Sticks. Yeah, it was really good. The actors they're fine. I was a little bit annoyed with them, only because I don't know what acting is yet. I still haven't it hasn't been revealed to me exactly what acting is. So they kind of like got on my nerves. Not them, but when you realize they're actors, I was just like looking them up, and I was just like, man, these guys are actors. And I was like, okay, and this might be their biggest show. Who knows if they move on to something? I'll be very interested to see where the guys go, because sometimes people become stars, but I don't know. I think all of them are working though. They're working actors. And there was this crazy scene. I don't know if I should tell you this scene. If you don't want to hear it, just cover your ears. The scene that made me think of Owen Wilson as like a really big like Hollywood star, like Hollywood actor, was a scene when they were like doing a bet towards the like I don't know like third to last episode with this guy who was supposed to give the kid a chance at the pros, and they went on the golf link, and it was a really tough shot over like a lake or something, like a pool of water. And the guy was like, "You're a loser." And the guy's like, "I may be a lot of things, but and it's all true, but I know one thing for sure." He's like, "I'm a better golf player than you." And he hit the golf ball in the water. I mean, it made a plump. And just like the characters, I was like this, whoa. It basically turned into Jesus. It was like started skipping like a stone. So he didn't have to shoot it over. It went straight, it went straight right straight to the hole. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. It was really a cool, one of the most. It felt like a cinematic moment, actually, a little bit more cinema than television, if you want to call this television, right? Streaming is like television, basically. You know what I look at Netflix? HBO. HBO was really big in the 90s and even the 80s, I think, but really the 90s, especially the early 90s. So like maybe the late 80s, early 90s, it was a big thing. I was kind of confused. I had to go look at I had to look up some of the movies that were premiered. Some of the movies were HBO productions, some of the movies were not. But they felt like it was but you're wondering to yourself, it's like, why is it shot in a certain way? Now I'm not 100% sure about this, but it's made for TV. It's a TV movie. Even though they had big stars, it was like they shot it like a TV, not like they shot it like a movie and then they put it on television. It's like they made it for the focus of TV. So TV movie has a different sort of like editing. It's a different angle of storytelling than film, whatever cinema is, right? So one of the things is that, it's on screen and it's like a widescreen. And I'm assuming they shot it square because it was in the 90s, right? Square television. So that's basically what it was. I was like, oh man, this is crazy. What I mean by that is, sorry. What I mean by that is like back in the 90s, it was like, yeah, we had HBO and they had some big movies in there. Some of them were HBO productions. This is a little side note. Some of them were HBO productions, and some of them are HBO productions, and some of them are, I guess, theatrical movies. I don't know where they showed these movies. I actually saw this documentary on the director behind Boondock Saints. It was like an independent movie, and that's a whole nother story. And when it was fun, it got distribution or production money from a small company. I forgot what it was called in Canada. And when they finally, I guess there's like a contractual obligation. I'm like trying to like get into the movie business a little bit. I'm like, basically what happened is that they showed it like in two theaters, and one of the theaters was like in Utah, and it showed footage of it. It was so weird. So it's technically a movie. It's crazy. And so this movie, those HBO movies maybe were movies too, but they're kind of made for television. I think it's, who knows, you know what I mean? You gotta like dig deeper into the stuff. But anyway, like Netflix and stuff like that and Apple, it's just, to me, it's TV. I know it's streaming the internet, and the internet is different, but I don't want to diminish it, but it's kind of the same thing. That's why I don't like A24. A24 is Miramax. And A24 sucks. I don't want to say every A24 movie sucks, but most of them do. Because it's like cookie cutters, like everything is the same, which is fine, but at the same time, it's like it's promoting itself as indie movies. And that has a lot of weight, especially for like young people, maybe like, I guess like late teens or like college age, especially like college age. That means something to people when they're really getting into cinema. So that's their little pitch, and it's just like Miramax. It's their little pitch. It's like, go watch a Miramax movie because it's like arty farty movies, and you're into that arty farty thing. I don't want to say arty farty, but it's like you're into that type of movie, right? And then all of a sudden, when you kind of like realize it's not good, it's not good, it's not Miramax. I got some movies on my list, of course, from Miramax, but in general, it's like I got a lot of movies. I'm still not a fan of Miramax. Sometimes I believe like a director can take a studio and like mold it into their own thing. You know what I mean? They can fight the power in a way rather than them take control of you. And then it becomes not your film style, but an A24 movie or a Netflix movie, whatever. You know what I mean? It's like that. And what else I wanted to say? So yeah, Sticks was good. Sticks was good. It was a good TV show, and I watched the whole thing. Luckily, I got this free thing. I forgot why. I don't know why. It was like a promotional thing, and I got it for a while, and it took me a while to watch it. I wanted to see that. I saw Fountain of Youth. That was a good one. You know, by the way, if I mentioned this before already, it's like basically a nerdy kind of station. It's like Reading Rainbow or PBS or NPR. Apple is like a very nerdy production company, and I heard someone say that this is just to keep you on Apple. It's not about the show. You don't really love the show. It's just another way to keep you watching stuff on Apple, with your Apple computer and your Apple devices and whatnot. And if that was the case, if that's 100% true, then it's just like, it goes back to my original thought. One day I thought to myself, I would gladly pay over, whatever amount of money you want for an Apple computer, but it's like, then just give me the package along with it. Stop separating everything. Just make it easy. Just give me a bundle. Don't make me buy a gift card or something. It's like with every Mac Studio or something like that, you get a year or 2 years free. Or that includes a discounted 2-year. And I was like, with Apple Plus, and I'm like, that'll be cool. What else is happening today? Jeez. What else is happening? I was excuse me. I was I looked up Vincent Gallo, and he kept on talking. He goes on and on about how he views himself, how he's just like aesthetics and stuff like that. He has no real self in the movie. It's all just kind of like for show. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, yeah, that is one way of saying it. I kind of think of myself in that way too. I was like, I'm not really like an artist, like I'm expressing some sort of thought maybe, but I'm like trying to express something. But I don't know if that ever really gets down to like who I am. And I would rather do that than, than just make stuff. I would like to have some understanding of like what I'm doing. But I've heard that sometimes art is not like that. Like artists, I heard someone say, I think it was him. He said like artists don't have a concept. I was like, that's interesting, because I try to come up with a concept or a theme and I can't do it. I did it one time with my music, and I guess I'll hopefully post that up too. What I posted up is like demos and stuff. But anyway, it doesn't look like I have no. What happened to my? So anyway, basically, I look like my eyebrow right here is gone. It was like really light. Jeez, that's funny. So anyway, yeah, I don't know exactly about that. I really don't understand that. I want to understand art and painting and all these things, because it's like I don't really know what I'm doing, and I would like to have some sort of theme. But the problem with theme or something is like, that's like, what do you call that? Graphic design. There was this movie called Untitled. I think it was from 2009 with Adam Goldberg. If you know him, he's like a 90s guy. And then there was Art School Confidential. That was like 2005 or something, I think. Art School Confidential. And what happened with those movies was that they're constantly making fun of art. And you're wondering, like, why are they making fun of art? Actually, a friend of mine sent me a movie one day called The 21st Century Woman or 20th Century Women, something like that, with Annette Bening and Greta Gerwig. I think that's her name. It was like an indie movie from A24. See, A24. I'm pretty sure it's A24. And I was wondering who the mother is. And then I understood that she was a drawer. She was a graphic designer. And what happened with her was that she had an artistic house. She let people come in, like a bed and breakfast type of thing. And I think she was trying to help out like artist types with giving them like cheap rent. Either way, what happened was that they were constantly eating dinner and smoking cigarettes and like having these discussions, but they ended up being a little bit comical to her dismay, right? And I'm thinking that's the thing about like graphic artists or something. They want to be artists or they think they're artists. So it's like that question of like what is art? And I have a question about that too. Once you start like really nitpicking at it, you're thinking like, was Michelangelo a graphic artist or something? But he was an artist, he was an artist, a great artist. And I guess he just had to focus in on something. That's a big controversy. It's like, oh, because he had to do it for the Catholic Church or something, he had to like focus in on it or something. But it's like, it made it better, I think. It made it better. So, yeah, I don't know exactly what art is. I don't really know what it is. I just do it. I don't know if that makes me an artist. I would like to be an artist. I would like to know if I'm an artist at all. I don't think I am. I'm more of like, I just have an interest in it. I just want to express myself. Something like that. Yeah, just like that. I just want to express myself. So that's not really an artist. Artist is like, they're doing their thing. What else has been on my mind? Yeah, DC. This is probably going to be like so dated, but like DC is going through some problems. They federalized it, and the government is basically taking over. And the reason I'm even mentioning this is because there's like no news about this whatsoever. Like you have to go to the local news in order to get news about it. The nationwide news. I don't know. I don't have cable though. When you have cable, all the news is there on cable. So I can't tell you exactly what's going on in cable land, but the information I'm getting is from local YouTube channels like ABC Washington, NBC Washington, CBS Washington. And so basically, it's kind of like, they're doing safety patrol over there and people are getting angry about that. And it's like, why are you getting angry? I don't know. They just don't like it. And some people love it. And I wish somebody did a podcast like every day, just showing the streets, like with the agents, federal agencies, because it's all just a mixed bag of agencies like U.S. Marshals and ATF and Metro Cops and whatnot. But it's like, I don't know what's going on over there. I should just go over there and like check it out and see for myself. But it's a big deal taking the subway. By the way, subways are not, subways are like not cool. They seem cool like in a movie maybe or something, but it's not. Everything is from a movie. By the way, like if it looks cool in the movie, it's probably not cool in real life. It's like moving to New York City. New York City is not like a really cool place. It's like full of hate. I don't want to say, I don't want to talk about, I don't want to get negative. I want to talk about something good. What else is there to talk about? So there's music. I could play right now. I'll go get my stuff real quick. It's a little bit hot here. Oh. Godly. You get the guitar in there. Annie told me, get out of here, head for the sea. The sun is hot and the air is clean. The best things in the world are free. And Mr. Murphy likes his Jack and Nori. Host and export ×3. Jimi Hendrix and Thin Lizzy. Annie. Annie. Take a walk in the afternoon. Post and explore, pub crawl. Looking for some cold beer. Mr. Stone, Punch Drunk Judy and Tony. Brandy, MG, Andy. Smarts and loads of beer. It's so great, we want to stay here. Annie, 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 Annie. So that's an Elastica song from the 90s. And I was like, all this stuff's from the 90s. But that's what I grew up on. I'll put that away because that's so annoying when people play their music when it's like they're done playing their songs and stuff. So basically that's it. Yeah, that's what else has been on my mind to talk about. Fashion wise, I think I put a thumbnail of a girl, of a pretty girl. She's just her name is Cameron Russell. You can look her up on the internet. She's pretty. She's really pretty. She didn't make my top 5 list of pretty girls, and most of them are models, by the way, on my top 5 list. It's at number 5, Emily Ratajkowski, and then Taylor Hill at number 4. Isabella Fontana, she's Brazilian, on number 3, and then Ali Michael, number 2. And at number 1, Najana Nopka. She's Ukrainian model. These are all from the last 20 years. I mean, it's already getting old now. Most of them are already married and have kids. This was their prime, when they're like kind of like in demand models at the time. And like millennials, whatever that age, whatever that time, that era was, the earlier part. And so what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I put her on my thumbnail. Yeah, I like her. She's pretty. She's a really pretty girl. She got famous for a TED Talk. Yeah, she got famous for a TED Talk. And she did I don't know if she did a movie or something. She was actually in she didn't act, I think. Well, she did. She was in Portlandia, and then that was like a TV show, like really like hippies or hipsters, whatever it was, on IFC channel. I finally saw it. It's like very brief, but it was all revolved. It was a skit or something revolved around the fashion industry. And then there was. God, they're so fucking annoying. Sorry. We can't curse. I don't know if we can curse on YouTube, but they're so annoying. They're so annoying. The show is so annoying. I never fully watched it except for like 1 or 2 episodes, but they're kind of annoying. was going to say something about her. Yeah, then she did some other stuff. She was interviewed in this documentary about trying to unionize the modeling industry called Picture Me. It was like a documentary by Sarah Ziff, a model who got a little bit of attention around that time. I remember hearing about her in this book called Girls by Lauren Greenfeld. Anyway, so yeah, we call back to her. Yeah, she's really pretty. She's really pretty. She's a really pretty girl. But she didn't make my top 5, but she was really good. She was really good. Yeah, she was a good model. And now everyone moved on, or they're like doing other things, or writing books or pieces or whatever they're doing. You know what I mean? That's another thing. I don't know. I don't want to diss too much. I don't really watch a lot of like fashion TV anymore, which is like inevitable. It's like, they have their ups and downs, but that was a big up, dude. They were having for a long time some pretty girls on the in the modeling world, and I only came to realize, by the grace of God now, not when it was happening, because it was just like so much. I actually watched that Victoria's Secret Super Bowl television commercial. I think there was like 2 versions of it, right? It was directed by Michael Bay. It was like a big one, and I finally saw it. I remember hearing about it. It really is a good commercial. It made me think about what do you call that? Background set pieces. Really good background set pieces. Has a theme of like the circus or something like that, and yeah, and there's like I don't know exactly what's going on. I gotta look at it again. It's like maybe one is 2009 and the other one is 2010. But I saw the big commercial. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. Really good commercial. Someone like on the internet said like one of the best commercials ever, and I was like, it's kind of up there if you're judging commercials. And I am like looking at commercials now. So yeah, go check that out. I would recommend that. I don't know what else I'd recommend. I was going through all the Victoria's Secret like ads, and they sucked. This was really good. Oh, you know what was good? The Pepsi with Kendall Jenner. I actually had to find the original because the ones you find, you have to like look real hard for everything, because they took it down because there's so much backlash about it. What was that, 2017? It was a good commercial too. Pepsi is known for having big commercials. And yeah, they actually did another one in like in 85 or 86 with Ridley Scott, I think. No, is it Ridley or Tony Scott? I think it's Ridley Scott. He did a commercial with Don, what's his name? I forgot his name. Don Johnson from Miami Vice, when that was a hit show back in the 80s. And Greg Fogarty, the guy who wrote the song, he's from the band called the Eagles, and he wrote a song for the show. And like Smuggler's Blues and You Belong to the Night City or something. I think he did 2 for Miami Vice. I'm not sure now. Anyway, yeah, the whole thing was like, it was a really good commercial too. It's really, I think these guys are, I think, you know what, they do an award ceremony for this stuff, which if you're like me, I was surprised, right? They do awards, and it's worth it. I mean, there's some really good commercials out there. I saw one by David Lynch. Is it David Lynch? Yeah, David Lynch, the one who recently passed away, who did the original Dune and Twin Peaks. Yeah, he did a good one called The Wall, like from early 90s, like 91 or something, for Adidas. And then for Nike, you had David Cronenberg, which looks like something from Aliens, like, these pods and stuff. And then this guy comes out of it and he starts running. Crazy stuff. It's like a little bit gross. And then it's like a normal guy who runs. Yeah, those are interesting commercials. Those are really good commercials. What else is like really good out there? The Martin Short Show. I haven't watched that. I gotta watch that. They do. These are like specials. I thought it was a series, but I think it was a special. What else has been on my mind? can talk about anything over here, basically. That's basically what's been going on with me recently. Yeah, and I've just been listening to this song by Tate McRae. I think it's Tate McRae. She's a girl singer from Canada, and she had a lot of hits. But this one song called "Run for the Hills" is really good. It's a good pop song. It reminds me of like the theme of like, I guess it's like lust or something. It's it's really, but like, this kind of fear of like, being obsessed with this guy, being obsessed in a relationship. Anyway, this it's a really good song. I've been listening to a lot. The beat is like really catchy, and it's kind of low key in a way. And what I was gonna say, oh, the music video is good. That's on my list. I have a lot of stuff for music videos. Like right now, I just "Smile" by Scarface that came out like in '97. I know this is all old shit, old stuff. Oasis, "Aqueous," the Japanese version, and Weezer. This 2005 "Hollywood Hills" or something like Beverly Hills. I got some good ones in there. Of course, Michael Jackson. Yeah, I got some good music, and I'm trying to understand like music videos exactly. What is a music video, and how do you film a music video? Because there is a little bit of a kind of a thing going on there, and I'm trying to figure it out. Hopefully, with God's help, I'm gonna like see exactly what's going on, because that's what I'm seeing right now. Is like with God's help, I'm seeing that like all this stuff, like how it's like Hollywood and filmmaking is kind of like in disorder. And now I'm seeing it like in order. I'm beginning to like kind of like put everything in its right place and just kind of seeing it. It's becoming more clear. And they really need to change this whole thing about like how to teach like film, because film is like you could learn film like in 2 weeks, basically. Like everything you need to know in film, you can learn in 2 weeks, but you have to like really understand it in order to like tell people about it. You have to like really tell. I'm sorry, I'm playing with this stupid skateboard thing. Skateboard is like is a little bit crazy. Crazy. Anyway, what was I talking about? Fashion wise, I really think Preppy is in right now. Preppy is in. I think it's been Preppy for the last year. Definitely this year is Preppy. So if anyone hears me buy like a Lacoste polo shirt, you know what I mean? Dress like a really, peppy, like a polo shirt, stuff like that. That's really like what's in right now. Gen Z like scooters. I didn't know they really love that stuff. They really love scooters. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna sign out right now. Bye.